What's going on, guys? Zach here. We're back with a training update. So 2 weeks ago, finished out 531, beyond 531. Try to hit some singles, some maxes, and now we're going into a hypertrophy block. So beyond 531 was great. It was a good program to kind of get my strength back up to where it was before I had done a mini cut. It was a great program because you're coming in, week after week, hitting these singles that you're working up to these singles, and if you feel good, you can go higher. If you don't feel good, you go back down. So the auto regulation in there is pretty good, and it gets some heavy weight in your hands. But the one thing that I didn't implement with that program was adding in even more volume. So I did most of the down sets, the drop sets after, but I was still kind of hitting the singles. For me, I think there's more of a benefit from getting in a higher volume rather than higher intensity. So especially for me at this point, now if I was training for a powerlifting meet coming up, then obviously you're going to be hitting singles as you get closer and closer to the meet. But obviously I'm not training for a powerlifting meet anytime relatively soon. So I need to be getting volume in. So kind of went back to the drawing board and went back to one of the programs I did last year and kind of tweaked it. This is a DUP program, a daily undulating periodization program. So, squatting twice a week, benching, I think 3 times a week, deadlifting twice a week, and the days it undulates daily. So that first squatting day, we're doing pause squats, 300 for 5 sets of triples. And so I really wanted to implement, pause squats and front squats this training cycle because, last training cycle, I was having trouble staying rigid, staying tight at the bottom of the squat. So implementing those weekly, like I said, 5 sets of triples with those, and then the intensity is gonna vary weekly. But then the other squat day is going to be a front squat day. So, and that's going to be different reps. So right now you're seeing the first deadlift day, and that's just 4 singles at 365 at, I think it's 80%, I want to say. And if you guys are interested, maybe next week I'll show you the actual Excel document. Basically what I did was I took the strength athlete, so Bryce Lewis. You can go to, I think, thestrengthathlete.com, and they have a free DUP program that Bryce has put together. But what I did was basically I took that and used kind of the Excel template that he made, because it's going to calculate your volume for each of the lifts. It's going to calculate the number of lifts. So I basically took that and kind of modified it, changed it around the days, and kind of made it my own. So day 3 here, benching. Actually, I'm sorry, this is actually day 2. So on day 2 I deadlift and bench on the same day. So you're seeing 205 here for I think it was 6 sets of 4, if I'm not mistaken. But what really felt good was staying in that 70 to 85% range, and getting some reps in, because just doing multiple sets at the same rep number, because I'd been working up to with 531, I had been working up to singles every single training cycle, and then dropping it down lower and working on more hypertrophy work. But it felt good to work up to something relatively heavy, and just kind of get in the groove and really feel it out. And it felt really good. I was able to do a nice little pause, really control the weight, and I'm excited to to kind of get back to this style of training. I don't know. It's nice because you come in every day and kind of have, I have it laid out so that I know what I'm doing every single day, and I added in some accessory work after these. These are just the main movements for the day. I add in more volume actually after with accessories. So on that previous day where I was deadlifting and benching, what I'll do is go and hit like 2 to 4 back movements after that, and I also hit back again later in the week. So it's tough kind of trying to get it all scheduled out and set up, but once you do and you're going through it, you can make changes on the fly. So this is obviously the first week for me, and it's set up as a 4-week cycle, so I'll be able to make changes like on the fly if I need to. Going back to front squats, man, I have not programmed front squats in quite a long time. So going off my training max from last year, I hit 325 front squat. So that's what I used to program in this cycle. And so I'm hitting 5 sets of 4 with a 5th AMRAP set here. And but all right, I've always been able to get pretty good hand position with the front squat here, and you can see I'm going more of a conventional like Olympic style hand position, and it really allows me to get tight in the lats, tight in the back there, but I noticed that I was feeling pretty beat up from hitting deadlifts, and so threw the belt on. And front squats not only are going to be a great movement for your quads, but also for your back, your traps. I mean, my traps are so sore, and actually we programmed these into Felicia's program, and she was like, my neck and traps are so sore, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like I can't move my neck left or right, because you're fighting to hold that weight, on your shoulders there, and hold it back and everything. So you can see towards the end, the last few reps are, they fall forward a little bit because I'm getting so fatigued. But moving on to that second deadlift day, and this deadlift day is going to be 3 sets of 5 at 340. And I forgot to film 1 set, so there's only going to be 2 sets here, but you get the picture. So you can see how we're undulating the rep scheme. So that first deadlift day, 4 singles at 365. This deadlift day, more volume, 3 sets of 5 at 340. So you're undulating the reps weekly, and those reps will stay the same week after week, but we're going to change the intensity. We're going to increase the intensity week by week, and sometimes we'll end up lowering the volume slightly as we increase the intensity through the program. So that's going to be the video, guys. I'll go into more detail on DUP and kind of how I laid out this program maybe in the next video or the video after. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.